Now to a stunning development in the death of a billionaire fashion tycoon. His son has now been arrested after his father's deadly fall from a cliff. Andic founded the international retail chain Mango with nearly 3,000 stores around the world. He died in 2024 while hiking with his son in Spain. Leigh Kiniry has more on a possible motive. Leigh, good morning.
Good morning, Adriana. Initially, the police ruled this death an accident. But now, more than a year later, a judge says there is sufficient evidence that his son could be responsible, including text messages that show he had an obsession with money.
Hola, 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 hola.
The billionaire's son is now a suspect. Jonathan Andic is accused of planning the death of his father, Isaac Andic, founder of fashion retail chain Mango. The 45-year-old was the only witness when Isaac plunged to his death more than 300 feet off a cliff while hiking together near Barcelona in December 2024. The case was ruled an accidental death within weeks and closed, but in March 2025 reopened and investigated as a possible homicide. Now a judge says there is sufficient evidence to consider Jonathan criminally responsible. A court order cites a possible motive, the father's intention to start a foundation and reduce his inheritance. It says investigators found Jonathan visited the exact location of the fall 3 times in the days before the event, and says Jonathan's cell phone disappeared under unusual circumstances on a 2-day trip to Ecuador after the investigation was opened. Andic founded Mango in 1984, growing the clothing company into an international fashion empire with nearly 3,000 stores around the world and $4.4 billion in revenue last year. Andic was worth an estimated $4.5 billion at the time of his death. Jonathan is vice chairman of the Mango board and the eldest of Isaac's 3 children. Together, they own 95% of the company. Jonathan has maintained his innocence since his father's death. Jonathan Andic has been released on a €1 million bail. CBS News has reached out to his legal team but not heard back, and Mango has yet to comment. But in a statement to Reuters, the Andic family says Jonathan is innocent. Adriana?